What happened when your soldier filed an IG complaint everyone knew was valid? Private Nolan Keith had been getting screwed over for months. Everyone in our platoon knew it. His squad leader, Sergeant First Class Vincent Aldridge, had it out for him since day one. Nobody knew why. Nolan was a solid soldier. Good PT scores, never late, did his job without complaints. But Aldridge treated him like garbage. Extra duty every week. Denied leave 3 times for made-up reasons. Worst assignments always went to Nolan. Guard duty every holiday. Kitchen detail every weekend. We all saw it happening. My buddy Sterling tried talking to Aldridge once. Sergeant, maybe ease up on Keith? He's doing everything right. Aldridge just smiled. Keith needs extra attention. Building his character. Character building. That was his excuse for everything. Making Nolan clean the latrine with a toothbrush. Character building. Refusing his leave request to see his sick mother. Character building. The final straw came during field training. Aldridge assigned Nolan to pull security alone for 12 straight hours in freezing rain. Everyone else rotated every 2 hours. Nolan came back hypothermic. Medic had to treat him for early stage frostbite on his fingers. Could have lost them if it went longer. That night, Nolan filed an Inspector General complaint. Formal complaint against Aldridge for targeted harassment and unsafe treatment. Everyone knew it was valid. We'd all witnessed it. But IG complaints are dangerous. You better have proof because if you don't, your career is over. Command called Nolan in the next morning. First Sergeant and company commander both there. They looked serious. Private Keith, you filed an IG complaint against Sergeant Aldridge. That's a serious accusation. Nolan stood at attention. Yes, sir. I have documentation. He pulled out a notebook. 6 months of incidents, dates, witnesses, everything written down. Times Aldridge denied leave. Assignments that violated rest requirements. Safety violations during that field exercise. The commander flipped through it. His expression changed from skeptical to concerned. You've been documenting this for 6 months? Why didn't you come to me sooner? Tried twice, sir. Both times Sergeant Aldridge intercepted me. Said I was bothering command with trivial complaints. Told me to handle it at my level. That was news to the commander. He prevented you from accessing open door policy? Yes, sir. Said if I went above his head, he'd make my life even worse. Investigation started immediately. They interviewed everyone in the platoon. Every single soldier confirmed Nolan's story. We all had examples. Turns out Aldridge had done this before at his previous unit. Another soldier filed a complaint but couldn't prove it. Aldridge got away with it and got transferred to us. This time he couldn't hide. Too many witnesses, too much documentation. Nolan had been smart, writing everything down. 3 weeks later, Aldridge got relieved of duty. Article 15 for harassment, abuse of authority, and violation of safety regulations. Demoted from Sergeant First Class to Staff Sergeant. Reassigned to a desk job on the other side of the base. But here's where it got interesting. Command decided to do something unusual. They called a company formation, addressed the whole unit. Private Keith filed a legitimate complaint through proper channels. He documented everything, followed procedure, and stood up for himself when leadership failed him. That takes courage. The commander continued. Some of you witnessed this harassment and did nothing. That's also a leadership failure. When you see something wrong, you have a responsibility to report it. He looked directly at our platoon. Keith tried to use chain of command. It was blocked. The rest of you could have spoken up on his behalf. You didn't. That ends today. Made us all feel pretty small. We'd watched Nolan suffer and convinced ourselves it wasn't our problem. Nolan got promoted to specialist 2 months early. Got his leave approved immediately. His new squad leader, Sergeant Felix Marsh, treated him like every other soldier. Fair and professional. 6 months later, another soldier in different platoon was having similar issues with his team leader. Minor stuff, but heading in wrong direction. This time, 3 soldiers came forward together, filed a joint complaint before it escalated. Problem got resolved at company level without needing IG involvement. The commander pulled Nolan aside afterward. Your complaint changed the culture here. People aren't afraid to speak up anymore. That's because of you. Nolan stayed in the army, made sergeant himself 3 years later. Now he's the guy soldiers come to when they have problems with leadership. First thing he tells them, document everything. Dates, times, witnesses. Hope you never need it, but if you do, you'll be glad you have it. Aldridge eventually got out. Couldn't make Sergeant First Class again before his time was up. Last I heard, he's working mall security somewhere in Ohio. Meanwhile, Nolan just got accepted to officer candidate school. Going to be a lieutenant next year.